So do you believe the Bible is a real book, or you think it's a fantasy book?
I mean, it probably was at one point, but you know, reading kind of like playing a game of telephone. It's been like changed so many times.
Okay,
So
so
you know what's for real and what's not.
okay, so you said it's been changed many times, right? So I have a question for you, Jonathan. What does Christ look like? You don't know? Because the world said that he looks like this, right? But is that what the scriptures say?
I wouldn't say it, but I can't say for sure.
Okay, we'll show you for sure what he looks like. Let's get that in Revelation chapter 1, verse 1.
Bring it up.
Because we're going to the image of Christ, because this is the image, I'm sure you grew up in the church just like the rest of us, right? And this is the image that they have in all our churches. This is in our grandmother's house. This is in our mother's dresses. This is the image that's been in many of our houses. But let's see if this is actually according to the scriptures. Read that for me.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So the revelation, the root word of revelation means to reveal. So this is the revealing of Jesus Christ, what he looks like. And let's see if it's actually been changed. Like you said earlier, it's like a game of telephone. Over time, the understanding has changed over time. But let's see if it truly changed or if we've been taught a different doctrine. Verse 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Brother Jonathan, when we look at both of these signs, which of these signs is a closer representation of what Christ looks like? He said his head, meaning the head on his head, is the hair on his head, and the beard on his face was white like wool. This one right here. Who has woolly hair, Brother Jonathan? We do. I'm looking at your hair right now. It's beautiful woolly hair, right? So he said his hair is like wool, so just strike one against this image. Continue reading.
As white as snow. And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So which one of these pictures show that he has eyes as a flame of fire? Is it this image right here or this image? This image right here, because Christ's first miracle was turning water into what? Wine. He drank wine in moderation. When our people drink alcohol, what color do our eyes turn? Red. Do so-called Caucasians' eyes, their biblical name is actually Edom.
Right.
Do their eyes turn red when they drink wine?
Yeah, they face turn red.
Their face turn red, because that's what God called them. God calls them Edom, meaning wasted away is he. Esau's wasted away is he. Because why? They have no melanin in their skin. Continue reading.
And his feet like unto fine
So it
brass.
says his feet, meaning that his feet look like fine brass. B-R-A-S-S. And what color is brass?
Brown.
It's brown. It's a derivative of brown. So John the Revelator, he looked back, he looked at Christ's feet, and he said, hold on. It looks like brass, but what kind of brass does it look like? Continue reading.
As if they burned in a furnace.
You take that brass and you burn it in a fiery hot furnace.
Turn dark.
It turns dark. How dark?
Almost. I don't know.
Like your shorts that I'm looking at. Who's a very dark-skinned man. Isn't it funny that when our people, we crack and joke on each other for having dark skin, now realizing that our Lord and Savior has very dark skin just like us. So he's showing you that Christ is a black man according to the Bible. And this image, do you know who this man is? His name is Caesar Borgia. He's the son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome. He lived during the Renaissance era, during the 1400s. And when the so-called white man whose biblical name is Edom, when they enslaved us during the time of slavery, what did they bring with them? They brought their doctrine with them. Like when we look at this cross right here, or where is this cross? This is the image that came with them, the so-called white man. And this is why our people worship this image today, why our people fall after Christianity and not the Bible, because this is what was beat into us during the time of slavery in 1619 and 1492. Our people are celebrating or worshiping the religion of their slave masters. So, Brother Jonathan, I want you to look at this sign over here. Excuse me. Where do you see yourself on this sign? Are you so-called African American, Jamaican, Haitian?
I don't know. I grew up in foster care.
Okay, so probably most likely your father is from this country, correct?
Yeah.
So most likely you're from the tribe of Judah, so-called American blacks. And that's the same tribe that Christ came from. So Christ's blood is literally running through your veins. Okay, so you're a direct descendant, same tribe as Christ himself. So he's showing our people, the so-called American blacks, African Americans, that you are from the tribe of Judah. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. So we have a lot of our people, they grew up in the foster care system. A lot of our people grew up in single-parent households. All that is a curse that's been placed on our people because as a nation of people, we broke God's commandments. Read that for the brother.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou would not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee, and overtake
So
thee.
our ancestor Moses warned us that if we break God's commandments, that curse is going to come upon us as a nation and people and pursue us and overtake us. If I was to ask you, Jonathan, how would you describe a curse? When you think of a curse, do you think of it as a good thing or you think of it as a bad thing? It's a bad thing. When you look at how, you know, the upbringing that you had, do you believe that you grew up in a blessed position, or you believe you grew up in a cursed position, dealing with the cards that you were dealt with? A little bit of both. I'm gonna show you that it's all biblical. Verse 32. I'm gonna show you how what you're going through is actually biblical according to the Bible.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So this is what happens to us as a nation and people. Our sons and our daughters will be given unto another people. That happened during the time of slavery, when our children were taken away from their fathers and our foremothers. They were put on auction slave blocks, and they were taken and sold into slavery. That happened to us. But when we bring it into modern times, a lot of our children, they go through the foster care system. They're taken away from their mothers, their fathers, and they put in a household living with people who don't really give a damn about them a lot of the time. They're just there to collect a check. That's a curse that's upon our people. Read that from the top again.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
And when you look at our people as a nation of people, disproportionately, it's our children that end up in the foster care system. And when you look at who's actually being adopted out of the foster care system, it's usually those of the other nations. While our children are forced to grow up in the system in a household where those they don't love them, they're being abused physically. Some of our children, they're being abused sexually, they're being neglected emotionally, spiritually. And then as they grow up into adult, they carry that trauma that they had from youth, and they bring that with them into their adult life. So that's a curse that's upon our people. If we can finish that off.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
There's going to be no might in our hand to save the condition of our people. So that's something that we face as a nation of people. Verse 68. Let's see if this changed throughout history, if this is actually biblical. Verse 68.
Verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So Egypt is synonymous for slavery. Because I'm not sure if you're familiar with Bible history, but when you look at the children of Israel, they were in slavery under ancient Egyptians. So Moses was reminding them, in the future, you're going to go back into slavery. But this slavery is going to be with something else. What is it going to be with?
With ships.
So this new slavery that's going to happen in the future that Moses warned us is going to be actually with cargo slave ships. Now, if I was to ask you, Jonathan, as a nation of people, who went into slavery on cargo slave ships? That happened to us. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans were taken from the west coast of Africa, were put on cargo slave ships in the Gold Coast, Ghana, the Ivory Coast, and were taken and transported to Brazil, transported to Colombia, Haiti, Puerto Rico, Cuba, Jamaica, and were ultimately transported to the United States. From New York all the way down to Florida. This is biblical history that we're reading. This biblical prophecy is actually lining up with our history. Continue reading.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Have you ever seen our homeland since we've been in this side of the world? Have you ever been back to Africa as a nation? No. Since we've been here? No, we haven't. How you doing, my brother? We're actually going into our history in the Bible.
Man, you good. We're going to ask you the same question.
Yeah, I have a question for you. How did our people end up in this side of the world?
Transatlantic slave trade.
Is that in the Bible?
No, sir.
It's not? Let's see if it's in the Bible. Read it from the top again. You see?
Not in direct word, but I'm with you. I'm with you, bro.
So check this out. We're going to read it from the top again.
Me and you,
What's your name? What's your name, sir? What's your name, sir?
The same question you're going to ask me, actually.
What's your name, sir?
Dexter.
Dexter, Mr. Dexter. You from Jamaica?
Yeah, man.
Okay, so Mr.
Straight
Dexter,
from yard, man.
we're showing our people, the so-called Jamaicans,
Yeah.
the so-called West Indians, you're actually from the tribe of Benjamin, according to the Bible. That's what God called you.
Right.
Jamaica means land of wood and water.
Yeah.
You're not a land of wood and water. That's the name that your oppressors put on you during the time of slavery. You're from the tribe of Benjamin, just like our brother right here, Jonathan. He's from the tribe of Judah. Read that from the top again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Slavery again. Get on.
With ships.
With ships. We are showing you that according to the Bible, our people are going to go into slavery on cargo
Hey,
slave
this Nick
ships.
right here, too, man. I was showing
Okay.
you the sign.
So Mr. Dexter and brother Jonathan, I'm gonna ask my brother the same question. My brother right here. How did we get to this side of the world? Not sure? Do they go over black history in school? Do they still go over black history? So what did they teach you about black history in school? Do you remember these images in school? Did they talk about the slave trade in school? Not sure. So, and you know how this is actually done by the powers that be, Ron DeSantis. They call it critical race theory. Where now, what are they doing? They're taking our history out of the school. They no longer want to talk about the transatlantic slave trade. They no longer want to talk about the oppression we went through the civil rights movement, the summer of 1919, Oklahoma, Lake Lanier and Oscarville, Georgia. They're not going to talk about our history because why? They don't want us to connect our history with the Bible now. They want us to be, I'm going to ask you, what's your name again, my brother? Yeah. Nick? So, brother Nick, what's your nationality? What's your race? What do you identify yourself as? Haitian? So now what does Haitian mean? It means mountainous land. But when brother Nick, when you look at this sign right here, just like I was explaining to my brothers, we have brother Jonathan, so-called American black, he's from the tribe of Judah. Our brother Dexter, so-called West Indian Jamaican, he's from the tribe of Benjamin. And you, brother Nick, you're from the tribe of Levi, the so-called Haitian. You know who else is from the tribe of Levi? Moses himself. If Moses is walking on this earth right now, he'd be calling himself a Haitian too. But we're out here showing our people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the reason why we're in the condition that we're in as a nation of people. We're the last hired, the first fired. You see what Trump is doing right now? Deporting our people to Cuba, deporting our people to Haiti, deporting our people to prison camps in El Salvador. This is all a prophecy that our enemies are going to bring judgment on us because we broke God's commandments. Who owns House of Meat?
Enemies.
Our enemies, like who? Is it our people that own House of Meats?
No.
No. What about Winn-Dixie, Walgreens, Walmart, Publix, all the corner stores that's in our neighborhood, the liquor stores that's in our neighborhoods? Who owns the majority of that?
Enemies.
Enemies. People look nothing like us.
Right.
So I have a question for you. If we're in the condition that we're in for breaking God's commandments, what must we do to get out of this condition?
Keep the laws of the Almighty God.
Keep the laws of Almighty.
Right.
Do you agree with that, Jonathan?
I guess.
Okay.
Not really.
Okay. What about
I
you?
mean, you gotta start with us first. I mean, we already fighting each other.
Yeah, and that's why we gotta keep the command. I'll show you Leviticus 19 verse 17. I'm gonna show you how we fix the condition in our communities. Leviticus 19:17.
Leviticus chapter 19 verse 17.
What y'all are saying is correct. It starts with us. So let's see how it starts with us.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
So I want y'all, even though we call ourselves Jamaican, Haitian, African American, we think we're all different people. We're all the same nation of people. God is saying that as a nation, we cannot hate our brothers in our hearts. Read on.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
So, brother Nick, all right, you're in school. You're in high school. When do we have an art with each other? We have a disagreement with one another. What is the common thing that our people do when they have a disagreement with one another? What do they do often?
Fight.
They get into fights. And what does the Bible call that? That's hatred. So how normally when we fix problems, we're so quick to fight one another because that's an emotional feeling. A lot of times we get that from our mothers because a lot of our young boys, they grew up in single parent households. So they have that emotional feeling, they get that from their mother and they're quick to fight with one another. But what does the Bible say we should do?
Thou shalt not avenge.
No, read it from the top again.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
So rebuking means you have to correct your neighbors. How should we fix things amongst one another? We have to talk it out amongst one another. That's how we fix the issues in our communities. So that's how we can stop gang violence in our communities, black on black crime, us selling drugs to one another. Simple thing is we cannot have hatred towards one another. But for us to have that mindset, we have to know who we are as a nation of people. That we're not African Americans, Jamaicans, and Haitians. We are the 12 tribes of Israel according to the Bible.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Be strong in the